July 31st, 1761. A small, flat island in the Indian Ocean. The ship is already breaking apart. Waves crash over the wreck, tearing wood from its frame. People are in the water, some screaming, some already silent. The shore is close, but reaching it feels impossible. Sharp coral cuts through skin. The current pulls hard. A few make it. Barely. They collapse onto the sand, gasping, coughing up salt water. Behind them, what remains of the ship disappears into the dark. There is no turning back now. The island looks wrong. No trees, no shade, just white sand, scattered rocks, and endless wind. The sun hasn't risen yet, but already the heat sits heavy in the air. There is no sign of fresh water. No sign of life beyond a few birds circling overhead. They don't know it yet. But rescue is not coming soon, and some of them will never leave. July 27th, 1761. Aboard the French ship Lutil, somewhere off course in the Indian Ocean. The journey had already gone wrong days before. The ship was not supposed to be here. Navigation errors and poor decisions had pushed them far from their planned route. The crew knew it, but turning back meant delay, and delay meant trouble. Below deck, dozens of enslaved people were held in tight, dark conditions. They had no idea where they were going. Above, the officers argued quietly. The sea looked calm. The sky was clear. Nothing warned them of danger ahead. But the ocean was hiding something, and in just a few nights, everything would fall apart. The impact comes without warning. A violent jolt rips through Lutil. Wood cracks. The hull grinds hard against coral. Within seconds, the ship is stuck. Then the waves begin to tear it apart. Panic spreads fast. Men rush across the deck, shouting orders that get lost in the wind. The ship tilts. Barrels roll loose. Water floods in from below. There is no time to think, only time to react. Some jump. Others hesitate and lose their chance. The sea is brutal. Sharp coral slices into feet and hands. Waves slam bodies against the wreck. In the dark, it's hard to tell who is alive and who is gone. But the shore is there, close. One by one, survivors drag themselves onto the sand. They collapse, exhausted, shaking from cold and fear. Behind them, the ship continues to break apart, each wave pulling more of it into the ocean. By morning, the damage is clear. Lutil is gone. What remains is scattered across the reef. Broken wood, torn sails, bits of rope. The island itself offers almost nothing. Flat land. No trees. No natural shelter. The sun rises fast, and the heat becomes unbearable. The survivors gather. There are two groups. The French crew officers and sailors quickly take control. They organize, give orders, and begin planning. Then there are the enslaved men and women, disoriented and weak, with no say in what happens next. The difference is immediate. The crew starts salvaging what they can from the wreck. They build rafts from floating wood. They pull barrels, tools, and scraps of food from the water. Every trip to the reef is dangerous, but necessary. The others are told to help. No one asks them. They carry wood, drag supplies, and follow commands under the same burning sun. There is no rest, no clear plan shared with them, only instructions. By the second day, a direction forms. The crew wants to leave. They know ships pass through these waters. If they can build something strong enough, they might reach a known route. It's risky, but staying here feels worse. So they begin building a boat from the wreckage. It's slow work, hard work, and every piece matters. But one question hangs in the air, unspoken. Who will get on that boat? And who will be left behind? The work never stops. Under the burning sun, the survivors turn wreckage into something new. Broken beams become a frame. Torn sails are stitched together again. Rope is salvaged, piece by piece. Every part of the ruined ship is reused. They are building a way out. The French crew leads the work, measuring, directing, deciding. They move with urgency now. They know the island cannot sustain them for long. Food is limited. Water depends on rare rain. Time is against them. The enslaved men and women do most of the labor. They haul heavy wood across hot sand. They wade into the reef to recover materials from sharp coral. Many are already injured, but the work continues. There is a promise. The crew tells them, "Help build the boat, and everyone will leave together." It is enough to keep them going. Days pass, then weeks. The structure of the boat slowly takes shape. It is not large, not strong enough for everyone. But no one says that out loud. Not yet. Food grows scarce. Birds are caught when possible. Small amounts of salvaged supplies are rationed carefully, but mostly among the crew. Water is collected when it rains, stored in whatever containers remain. Tension builds quietly. Some begin to notice the truth. The boat is too small. There are too many people. Still, the work continues. Finally, the boat is ready. It sits on the sand, rough and unstable, but capable of floating. The crew prepares quickly. They gather supplies, food, water, tools. Everything useful is loaded onto the boat. Then comes the moment no one wanted to face. Not everyone is boarding. The enslaved group is told to stay. There are words, promises of rescue, claims that help will come soon. The crew insists they will return, that this is only temporary. But their actions say something else. One by one, the crew climbs aboard. The boat is pushed into the water. Waves crash against it, but it holds. The people left behind watch in silence. No one tries to stop them. There is nowhere to go, no way to follow. The boat moves farther away, smaller, smaller, until it disappears beyond the horizon. And just like that, they are alone. And this is where survival truly begins. The silence feels heavier than the heat. The boat is gone. The horizon is empty again. No sails, no smoke, no sign that anyone will return. For the first time, they are completely alone. The island has not changed, but now it feels different. The sun rises fast, and there is nowhere to hide. No trees, no shade. The sand burns their feet. The wind carries salt that dries their skin and cracks their lips. Water becomes the first problem. There is none on the island. No stream, no spring, nothing underground they can reach. The only water comes from rain, and rain does not come often. So they wait. When clouds finally gather, they rush to collect what they can. They use broken wood, pieces of cloth, anything that can hold water. Every drop matters. Food is just as uncertain. Birds land on the island. They move slowly, unafraid. The survivors begin catching them by hand. Eggs are taken from nests. Sometimes, small sea creatures are found along the shore. It is never enough. They begin to change the wreckage into shelter. Pieces of wood are pushed into the sand. Sails are stretched overhead. It barely works. The wind tears at everything. Storms destroy what little they build. Then they rebuild again, day after day. There is no leader now, no clear plan given to them. So they create their own system. Some search for food. Some watch the sky for rain. Others stay near the shelters, trying to keep them from collapsing. It is not organized, but it is survival. Time starts to blur. Days feel the same. Heat, hunger, thirst, sleep. Then it repeats. At night, the temperature drops. The wind grows stronger. The darkness feels endless. Some begin to weaken. Injuries from the wreck do not heal properly. Cuts become worse. Bodies grow thinner. Energy fades. But the hardest part is not physical. It's the waiting. Every day, they look at the horizon. Every day, they expect to see something. A ship, a sail, anything. But nothing comes. And slowly, a new fear begins to grow. What if no one is coming back? And this is only the beginning of what they must endure. The days stop feeling like days. There is no way to track time anymore. No tools, no calendar. Only the sun rising and falling, again and again. At first, they tried to count, but hunger makes it hard to think. Thirst makes it worse. Slowly, the numbers fade. What replaces them is routine. Wake up, search for food, watch the sky, repair what broke in the night, sleep, then repeat. It is the only way to stay alive, but even that starts to fail. Rain becomes less frequent. When it does come, it's short, never enough. They fight to collect every drop, using shells, cloth, broken wood. Some drink too quickly and regret it later. Food is harder to find. The birds grow cautious. Fewer land within reach. Eggs become rare. The shoreline offers less each day. Bodies begin to change. Arms grow thin. Movements slow down. Wounds reopen. Some can no longer stand for long. And then the first loss comes. No one says anything when it happens. There is no energy for grief, only silence. They move the body away from where they sleep. Then they return to their routine. Because stopping means risking everything. But something shifts after that. The group feels smaller, quieter. Fear spreads in a different way now, not sudden, not loud, slow and constant. Some begin to lose hope. They sit longer, speak less, stop helping. Their eyes stay fixed on the horizon, waiting for something that never appears. Others react differently. They force themselves to move, to work, to keep doing something, anything, to survive. It creates tension, not anger, not conflict, just distance. Each person is fighting their own battle now. Storms make things worse. Strong winds tear apart their shelters again. Nights become colder. Rain, when it comes, destroys as much as it helps. They rebuild every time, slower now, weaker. More time passes, more losses follow. The group grows smaller, and with each passing day, one question becomes harder to ignore. Were they ever meant to survive this? Or were they simply left here, to disappear? Time no longer feels real. What started as days turned into months, and then, without anyone noticing exactly when, years. The island is still the same, flat, silent, endless. But the people are not. Only a few remain now. The group that once filled the shoreline has become small. Faces are familiar, but fewer each year. Every loss has made the silence deeper. They don't speak much anymore. Words are saved for what matters. By now, survival is no longer guesswork. It is skill. They have learned where birds land at certain times. They know how to catch them faster. They build simple tools from bone and metal scraps. They use fire carefully, protecting it from wind like it's life itself. Because it is. Shelters have improved. Instead of loose sails, they use stronger structures made from layered wreckage. Lower to the ground, more stable against storms. They have adapted. But adaptation comes at a cost. Their bodies are thin, marked by scars and years under the sun. Their skin is burned, their strength limited. They move slower now, but their minds have changed even more. Hope is no longer something they feel every day. It comes and goes. Some mornings they still look at the horizon, still search for a shape, a shadow, anything different. Other days, they don't bother, because nothing has come for so long. The memory of the boat leaving is still there, but distant now, almost unreal. Did they really promise to return? Or was that just something said in the moment? No one knows anymore. Seasons pass in ways they can't measure. Storms still come, heat still burns. The cycle never ends. But they keep going. Not because they believe rescue is certain, but because stopping would mean giving up completely. And after everything they have endured, they are not ready to do that. Still, somewhere deep inside, a quiet thought grows stronger with time. What if this island is where their story ends? It appears slowly. At first, it doesn't look real. Just a small shape, far out on the water, easy to mistake for a cloud or a trick of the light. But it moves. One of them sees it first, then another. Soon all eyes are fixed on the same point. The horizon has changed. For years, it has been empty. Always the same line between sky and sea. Now, something is there. They don't react right away. They've imagined this before, thought they saw something that wasn't real. Hope has fooled them many times. But this is different. The shape grows clearer. A ship. Panic replaces doubt. They move fast, faster than they have in years. Weak bodies push past exhaustion. Hands grab whatever can burn. Wood, scraps, anything left from the wreck. They need smoke. They need fire. The wind fights them. The flame struggles to hold. For a moment, it looks like it might fail. But then it catches. Smoke rises into the air, dark, visible. They stand near it, waving, shouting, doing everything they can to be seen. Their voices are carried away by the wind, but they don't stop. The ship continues moving. For a moment, it doesn't change direction. Fear returns instantly. What if they don't see it? What if it passes by, just like every empty day before? The fire burns higher now. Smoke thickens. And then something shifts. The ship slows. It turns, just slightly. But enough. They see it. After all these years, someone has finally seen them. But even now, nothing is certain. The ship is still far away, and until it reaches the shore, they are not safe yet. And this final moment will decide everything. The ship comes closer, slowly cutting through the water. No one speaks. They just watch. After years of waiting, of hoping and losing hope again, this moment feels unreal. Like something that could disappear if they look away. But it doesn't. The ship anchors at a distance. A smaller boat is lowered into the water. Men begin rowing toward the island. The survivors don't move at first. Their bodies are weak, their legs unsteady. Even standing feels like effort. But their eyes stay fixed on the approaching boat. Closer, closer, until faces become visible. Voices carry across the water. Real voices. Not memory, not imagination. Real. When the rescuers step onto the sand, everything changes. The survivors don't run. They can't. They stand there thin, worn, silent. 15 years. That's how long they have been here. 15 years of heat, hunger, storms, and waiting. Now, only a few remain. A small group who endured what most could not. The rescuers are shocked. These were not the people they expected to find. Not after so long. Not in a place like this. They are given water, food, help. At first, their bodies struggle to accept it. Too much, too fast. Everything must be slow, careful, but they are safe. For the first time in years, they are no longer surviving. They are leaving. As the boat pulls away from the island, they look back one last time. The place that nearly ended them. The place that kept them alive. A silent stretch of sand and wind, holding the memory of everyone who didn't make it. They say little. There are no big reactions. No celebration. Just quiet. Because some things can't be put into words.